US wide, Delta Mike 06.
And 6 USY, WB6JNT Coastal.
Yeah, good evening, Course Gold. You're sounding pretty good on 2 meters.
Yeah, it's just one of those days. I've been able to pick up the Tehachapi beacon with a fairly strong signal.
Oh, I'll have to check. I haven't checked for the beacon for a while. I usually hear it pretty good down here, but yeah, sometimes it's just roaring in, and other times it's just barely detectable. So that's good that you're hearing it up there.
Hey guys, well, I haven't heard the beacon for quite a while, so I don't know what he's up to. WA6OIB.
Well, which beacon? Because he was talking about the one at Tehachapi, not Frank.
Oh, okay. Well, Tehachapi's on all the time. I heard it just earlier when I came in. Tehachapi's fine, it's strong, but Frank's the one that's not on very often anymore for some reason. Maybe he's working on something up there. I don't know. I'm not privy to that.
Yep. Well, that's what JMP was saying. He was listening to the Tehachapi beacon.
Yeah. KM6SRR, WB6ISO.
Propagation south, so just one of those weird things.
Yeah, well, he's on all the time, and boy, he comes in loud here. The beacon, I should say. I'm calling it a he, but it's an it. Oh, well. How you doing up there, Dane?
I am doing well. Yeah, usually if I'm off on a move for beacon work, I'll see what Tehachapi's doing, and then I will swing over on the internet and look at a couple different weather reporting stations to see what barometric pressure and humidity and that's doing in their area. So I actually make more of a science out of it. You know, sort of like the guys that used to monitor weather so they would know when the big surf was rolling in off the Pacific.
Yeah, well, what you need over there is a sounder, HF sounder, and let it that scoots right up and find what the muff is.
Yeah, we also use the WWV signals to figure out if HF is headed east or west from us.
Yeah, I've got it on my number 2 radio here. It's always sitting on there. WWV's always, all of them are lined up in there, so I can just punch and find out which one is, you know, how it's progressing or degressing on propagation. So I use that a lot.
Yeah, we used to use that down in the Antarctic to figure out what direction we were going for phone patches. Although I guarantee you, when you call CQ on 20 and you come back with a call ending in aeronautical, you get a lot of responses.
Yeah. Well, when I was flying for a living, I used to carry stuff, and one of the aircraft I flew had HF in it because I did a lot of South America and Caribbean and West Indies, and yeah, did a lot of aeronautical mobile stuff, and boy, they'd just pile on you.
Yeah, we were KC4UST, Uniform Sierra Delta, and it was the icebreaker Burden Island. That was our call. And every so often, one of our helicopter pilots, if they had one of us ham operators on board, they'd say, gee, can we call home? And I think there might have been some technicality with the regions we were in, but, you know, we didn't hear.
Who's going to go down there and slap your hand, huh?
Yeah, I was going through some old boxes the other day, and I actually ran across a QSL card from the Oscar II satellite, and I thought, well, that's kind of interesting because This was way back before the days of AMSAT. AMSAT didn't exist when we were launching the early Oscar stuff. And just, the history behind that is just amazing.
Yeah, I was pretty active way back then myself, but boy, I haven't done a lot of that for a long time. It's interesting to me, but just no time anymore. Well, anyway, good to hear you. I'm going to stand by. Mike will be here in a minute or two or whatever. Net's about ready to begin, so we're standing by in the backstage and waiting to see what's going on. So anyway, you have a good time up there. We'll talk to you in a bit. WA60IB, Northern Clovis.
Okay, WA60IB, WB6JNC Sports Hole. And, yeah, everything's fine up here. We've got to go in and start the
WA6OIB, WA6OIB, WB6ISO.
Okay, very good, Dane. Hello, Dennis.
Hey, can you move your antenna up this way momentarily?
Turned up your way now, but I don't hear you very well.
Your signal's down just a wee bit. You're tuning a little bit louder. Are you taking any early check-ins down there? Over.
I can sure do that. Let me get something to write with here. Go ahead.
Appreciate it if you do that for me. Let me know when you're ready.
Yep, go ahead, Dennis.
Okay, I'll give them three at a time. 160-336-782 break.
You go ahead.
849-132-233 break.
Was that 132 was the middle one? 132?
132, correct. 132.
Okay, QSL, go ahead.
233.
Got it.
1063 and 1064.
Go ahead.
1101.
QSL.
And I'm Bozo 86, and I think that's all I got for now. I'll check back in later if somebody else calls me with other ones that we need to add on, but that's about all we got for right now, and thank you much. Appreciate it.
Okay, I'll get those off to Mike as soon as he gets on here pretty quick. So thank you, Dennis. Yeah, you're up and down, so the propagation's a little bit crazy at the moment, but most of the time you're up there pretty good. A couple of fades there. All right, we'll be standing by. Thank you, Dennis. WB6ISO, WA60IB.
Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Hope everything's doing fine for you down there, and stay warm. WB6ISO 73 for now.
Adios. Hi, Phil. Let's see, GGY. I've got your number here somewhere. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're about an S7, so I may not be right on you, but okay, very good. Gotcha. Thank you, Phil. Yep, she's doing well. She's doing really well. It's all gone, and she's back to normal, and babysitting the grandkid and all that kind of stuff. So you know she's good, feeling good if she's doing that. Thank you, Phil. WB6GGY, WA60IB, standing by.
Hello there, guys. K6MYC, Bozo Net.
Well, hello, Mike. WA60IB here with a bunch of check-ins whenever you are ready.
Okay, give them to us 3 at a time for Judy.
You got it here. Stand by. Here we go. Are you ready?
Ready.
Okay. 160-336-782.
Ready.
849er 132-233.
Roger.
1063 1064 1101.
Roger, Roger.
And the last two are 86. Of course, that's Dennis. And then Phil, 884, GGY.
Roger. 884. Got it. Thank you.
Yes, sir. And, of course, 226 is here. WA60IB.
Got you at the top.
And we put 2 down right away because when I walked in here, Judy said Bill and Ken are talking. I gave her the numbers. So good. And we just a tad late. We were just got ragged chewing about a Joe Rogan thing, and time got away. Anyway, good evening to everybody. It's a beautiful, nice, warm day today. I guess that's the first of what we could call spring, giving us a little touch of what it might be like later. That was nice. Beam down south, looking for, I think I am. What does this say, Judy?
KM6SR, number 432.
Kilo Golf 6, Charlie Echo Fox, number 982. KG6, QMY, 1091.
JNP.
And 704, KK6, ZKE.
KM6HK 803.
Got it. How you doing, Dan?
Dan's, I think, getting better. Dane's fine.
Oh, is this KB6 whiskey, WB6 JNP? Was that you, Dan? Dane?
Yeah, that's me, 107.
Oh, okay, I thought I heard 804 in there also.
804. 803 is Dan, KM6HK.
Okay, I know what I heard. I heard 704. Terry. Good evening, Terry.
Hey, good evening, Mike and everybody. Just checking in.
We got you. We got 18 check-ins already. We haven't even taken our first breath. Outstanding, guys. I guess everybody's chomping at the bit to get going here.
KJ6TYO 1009.
Yeah, good evening, Ron. Good to hear you.
Good evening.
Good to hear everybody, actually. Everybody's coming in good shape. KG6 Charlie Echo Fox, good evening to you, Daryl. And KG6 2NY, good evening to you, Marcus.
Good evening to the both of you.
What was the last one? I'm sorry, we'll say it again.
Oh, I just said good evening, Mike, from Charlie Echo Fox. Good evening to you.
Oh, good evening to you. I wasn't sure if you were giving me a call sign, too. 982. You got him.
I do.
Yeah. Judy was keeping up with everybody coming in first run there. It's not so cold, so we're moving a little faster here. We're not frozen stiff in the barn.
Good evening, Mike. This is Marcus, KG6QMY. Good to hear from you.
Yeah, same here, Marcus. Good to have you in here right off the bat this evening. And I am beamed toward KB6RQU. We did have 2 guest appearances from our friend down there in Old Bozo 61 in Lake Isabella last week, so that was good. Hopefully he'll be in here tonight, but wouldn't be surprised if he takes a hiatus. About it, Rick, are you there? KB6RQU or maybe even N6SWR, either one? K6MYC.
Hey, Mike, did you get me?
Yes, we got you, Rob. We couldn't miss you. You're only 10 fish poles away from us here.
Roger. I didn't know. I kind of got in there. Maybe somebody else broke over me.
Nobody could get over you at that distance, buddy.
Well, thank you. KM6SR, standing by.
Okay, good evening, and I hope everybody had a good weekend here. Ken, back to you for just a second. Gwen's still on the mend, and she's getting better.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mike. Yeah, and Judy, she's much better. Yeah, in fact, she babysat on Friday with our grandson, so she's got to be pretty up for that. That's a long day for her, and she came through like a trooper. So she's doing well. I appreciate that. WA60IB.
Yeah, very good, Ken. I'm hearing the guys down in L.A., but they're not turned up this way yet, so we'll wait for them to get this way. Bill, you were first in, but haven't had anything from you since. A 6 sugar, was that you, Bill? Was it Bill you were talking to, Ken?
No, I haven't heard Bill on tonight at all.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Bill. Who was the other one you were talking to?
Well, I thought I was talking to Dane for quite a bit.
Oh, Dane, okay. Well, I gave Judy 800. I thought it was Bill in here. So we'll have to cross off 800. He's usually not in here.
I don't have 800.
No, you don't have 800. Okay, then we did it right somehow. Bill doesn't check in very often on Sunday night, so I was quite surprised. Anyway, Dane, back to you quickly, and anything new from you? I guess you've been traveling some up and down and around and all. We didn't see Frank all weekend. We expected to, but apparently he fell down somewhere up there on the hillside and hurt his knee. He sent you a picture, right, Julie?
He did.
Yeah, sent us a picture of his bruised knee. His knee looks all black and blue and all swollen, so he's in bad shape. But so consequently, he didn't show up for Saturday, Sunday, or anything last week. So we had a week without Frank, which was we're getting kind of piled up on things to do here, but we're getting by. Anyway, that was a story from Frank. So he had also, when he fell, or even sometime in that period when he fell, he lost his cell phone or something, because he wasn't able to call. I called him every day, and I just kept getting his answering machine. So he apparently lost his phone, and just found it this morning. We were sitting there watching early morning some news, and text came in from Frank with a picture. So that's W6BBS's story. All right. Who else do we have? Let's see. Ron, you had a 3-day weekend, huh, Ron? That's Ron, meaning KJ6. No, what the hell's Ron called? TJ. I forgot Ron's call. What's your call, Ron?
TYO, but he may have left.
TYO, KJ6, TYO. Made it back, okay?
All right, we'll try it one more time up here in the high desert. Bozo 831, AG6USS, looking for check-ins for the Sunday night Bozo Net. And anybody want to check?
I'm hearing the LA guys too, but they're not turned this way, I guess.
Yeah, I hear 831, KG6 USS, K6MYC, Bozo 47, John. Bozo 47, John. Yeah, he may not be turned up this way quite loud, though.
I've got to take a phone call here real quick, and I'll be back on one here in a minute.
Okay, well, while we're waiting for LA to turn their antennas around, we'll stand by and see if there's... I'm missing Kerry. I'd like to hear from Kerry. He's been kind of quiet for the last 4 or 5 days. He's been sending blogs to us, but no verbiage here. Hopefully he's okay, and it's not cold in the shack tonight, so he has absolutely no excuse for not being out there. KC5D to you. How about it, Kerry? I'm trying to make his ears burn. Another guy that should be showing up home after a long hiatus is M6BYH, but I know he's been in L.A. for a long time doing radio traffic handling down there for the fires. I don't know whether they got them pretty much contained. I guess everything now is 100% contained. They aren't out, but they're contained. That's a good thing. Okay, I'm not hearing anybody else. Perhaps we ought to go over to Tascadero and see if we can hear Ron over there. So let's go that way. Ken, you can give him a call quicker than I can. Go ahead, Ken.
Well, let me get around that way first. I just started moving.
W6QUI. W6QUI. I guess I rotated faster than you did. K6MYC. W6QUI at Tascadero. K6MYC Bozo Net. How about KN6EIV? How about you, Eric? And KB6WRW. That's a long shot, but we'll give you a shot anyway, Bill. I think I know his call better than he does.
He hasn't memorized it yet. Yeah, it takes me a while because that's my dead band south, so I have to go all the way around. WA60IB.
Yeah, that's okay. He's been missing quite a bit on the 2-meter net. I'm not sure. I guess he's still busy working on the projects for the museum. They're rebuilding some engine or something down there, and it's just taking all his time.
Yeah, you're talking about Ron there?
Yeah, Ron in Tascadero.
Say again?
Yes, Ron in Tascadero.
Yeah. We doubled a bit there. Okay. Well, yeah, he got in here last week for a little bit, but yeah, he's been intermittent, so I knew he's been busy. All right, WA60IB. I guess we'll swing up to get Tom there.
Yep, we can go to Santa Cruz here.
KW6S, WA60IB in the gang. You around, Tom?
WA60IB, KW6S. Yeah, I'm here, and not much rain, but I'm enjoying life here. KW6S 610.
Yeah, well, we just got a little tiny bit, just enough to just wet the ground and make a mess, you know, and nothing else. So we're waiting. We're hoping to get some this Tuesday. I think they say it's coming back in something else, Pineapple Express or something. I hope something will have some water in it.
Yeah, we could certainly use it over here. They keep building new condos and apartment buildings and stuff, and we were getting water rationing before they started doing that, so they're going to have to come up with some water somewhere, and I hope it should be rain. I hope.
Well, let's hope it's coming this week. So, okay, good to hear you, and thanks for checking in. WA60IB. Thank you, Mike.
Okay. Good evening, Tom. Good signal. I went past you, but you're so strong it doesn't matter tonight. We'll also look for Lee here in a second. But you're sounding good. We had just a smattering of rain, as Ken said. It wet the pavement, not enough to even make it shine on Friday, and maybe a little bit more overnight, but by the time morning came, the pavement was dry in the courtyard around the kitchen. I didn't even think it rained anymore, but apparently it did rain a little bit through the night, but by the time it was morning, cement had dried anyway. And then we got a little bit more, I guess, Saturday night or something, just a teeny bit. Nothing to write home about. Up there at Twainhart, where WB6GGY is, who checked in earlier, he had 1.5 inches in this last little rain from Friday on. So they've been getting good rain up there. I just wish we could get some more down here. Judy and I have driven 3 times in the last 5 days down to a pond that has not a drop of water, not even a wet spot in the bottom yet. All we see is dinosaur prints down there.
Victor Bravo Golf, yeah, very good. Yeah, I was wondering, do you have enough altitude and enough hills around that you have significantly different weather than Clovis?
Well, sometimes, yeah, but not normally. We don't have enough hills to make any major difference in precipitation or participation in the precipitation. Over.
Are you sometimes a little bit above the fog?
Yeah, I'm above the fog most of the time, yes. And I hear you, Dave. K6BBG971, Judy. We'll get you in a minute, Dave. Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, well, that was just my questions for the day. I figured you'd tell me if the cows were back. So I'll turn it back to you, Mike. K6NYC, KW6S.
No, okay. Well, I know cows. We shouldn't see them again. I think the owner is staked him to the ground. Either staked him to the ground or turned him into steaks, one or the other. Judy doesn't want to talk about it because they were so friendly. We hate to see pets get put away, but they were going to be they had to be handled one way or the other. That's why cowboys raise cows, either for milk or for meat, one or the other. Anyway, let me shoot it over to you, Dave, and see if you can copy anything from Tom over there in Santa Cruz. K6 Victor Bravo Golf, A6MYC.
Boy, good evening, Mike. Yeah, we got a little bit of rain over the weekend, not a lot, but like you say, we got more than you did. Up here, I'm 11 miles north of you, so yeah, we got a little bit. Hey, Tom.
Not sure Tom was copying. Do you hear anything from Dave over there in Course Gold, Tom?
No, I wasn't hearing anything. Moved the antenna around just a little bit one way or the other, but I didn't find anything at all.
Did you copy that, Dave?
Yeah, I did. I'm moving a little bit to the west a little bit more on my antenna, so we'll see if you can hear me now. How about it, Tom? Do you hear me now?
Guess not. Well, let's give it another minute here. Let's see if old Lee is in here tonight. Tom, hang on a second. Alpha Foxtrot 6 United, AF6U near Watsonville, K6MYC. How about it, Tom? Lee.
K6MYC from AF6 United, 1098. I am here tonight, and that other station that I think was trying to contact Tom sounded a little bit off frequency, and maybe that's why Tom's having some trouble picking him up.
Oh yeah, that's not off frequency. That's Dave's voice sometimes. Dave has a little COPD, and sometimes he has a higher voice than others. Other times. Anyway, good evening to you, Lee. Good strong signal. And we also should listen for K6Q. YQH or YHQ. Gosh darn, I forgot Jacones. Not Jacones. What? I should just call him Jay. I can never pronounce his name right, but he did check in from Watsonville with a booming signal on Wednesday night. So I wonder if he's there. That's a YCH, I think it is. K6 Yankee Charlie Hotel. K6MYC. Are you there, Jay? Nothing from Jay tonight. It's not Jay, but it's Jay. Does anybody know how to pronounce his name?
It's Jevon.
Jemun, yes. J-E-M-U-N, is that it?
No, J-E-V-O-N, but he says it's like Kevin, but with a J.
Oh, Jevon. Okay, Jevon. J-E-V-O-N. That's right.
That's how I think I hear him pronounce it.
Yeah, that's right. It's just so unusual for me. I just can't put it into a category in my brain here. I think I resolved myself the other day. I know it starts with a J. I think I'll just call him J.
The call is K6 Yankee Lima Hotel.
YLH, that's right. He's just got to check in a few more times, and it'll start to stick in the brain here, Lee. Anyway, good to hear you. And I don't know whether we'll have. We'll probably look for you tomorrow night if you can get on 6 meters. That would be good. Over.
All right, yeah, I should be on 6 meters. I'm usually on, I've got a 10-meter net, a 2-meter net, and a 6-meter net. So it's a busy night. So if somehow I don't show up, I probably am just late for the show. But otherwise, I'll probably see you tomorrow night. And hello, Tom. K6MYC from AF6 United. I'll be clear and turning it back to you, Mike.
Here's Tom.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the other call over in our area is WA6JKN, and I haven't heard him for a while either. I think he's maybe over in Gilroy or somewhere. I don't really remember. But he always comes in here real good. But anyway, that's about all for me, and good evening there to Lee as well. F6 United, K6MYC, KW6S.
Yeah. W6JKN is Kevin, and then we've got K6YLH. Jevon. Okay. That's way. I guess I should be able to figure that out. But Kevin is a big traveler. He moves around a lot. He travels an awful lot, business-wise and for fun too. I think I'm not sure if it's business or otherwise, but he's been traveling an awful lot. So he's in and out. Sometimes he's home for 2 or 3 nets and then he's gone. But when he's home, he usually gets in here. It's just that he isn't home very much. That's the problem there, Tom. He and I got into it one day, really had a great time because we have so many places that we've been to and things that we've done that is in common when you get into the aerospace world, working for Lockheed and all that stuff. And he's sort of in that, and he's still sort of active. So that was fun. Anyway, good evening, Tom, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll see you on 222 and N6. And Lee, we'll see you on 6 meters, and I think, what's the antenna say, 285, Judy? Is this 285 here?
Yes.
Yeah, we should be pretty close to Bay Area, so let's just leave it where it is and see who checks in with the heading here. K6MYC, clear with the Santa Cruz and Watsonville fellows, and standing by for check-ins from the Santa Clara Valley Bay Area.
KB6BA.
Good evening to you. KB6B8, stand by. I've got a phone call, guys. Ken, you want to run it for a minute? Okay. We just started here with 900 KB6BA. Sorry about the pause. I got a call from a friend back in Illinois, K9 X-Ray Delta. He was telling me that the band on 40 meters was sounding real good and invited me to get on. I said, no, can't make it for a little while. Anyway, go ahead. KB6BA, K6MYC. Go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, Mike, KB6BA. I got a little hike in today, dodge heavy clouds, but mild temperatures and not too much wind, not too much rain, maybe some more tomorrow. So just resting up here, K6MYC, KB6BA over.
Yeah, well, we took a little ride and then a little hike. We went riding in the ATV down to the lower end of the property where we have a knoll, a hilltop that gives us a really beautiful view of the whole area. We can see 360 degrees in all directions. It's really a nice place to be. But the temperatures our place, we were in the 70s, real comfortable time, real comfortable, beautiful. Not real bright sun. There was a little haze in the sky, but the sun was out, and it was very warm, so it was a really pleasant day. So we did get out and wander around a little bit and have some fun outside for a little while anyway. And then I worked out up on the hill cutting up some more logs with I got a big chainsaw, and I had worked myself through all the smaller logs. I finally had to break out the big boy today, and I got most of it done before I ran out of chainsaw oil. Anyway, good to hear you, Oliver. Thanks for checking in. Great signal as always. KB6BA for a final K6MYC.
Okay, good. You got lots of exercise. What's the elevation of your place to get that nice view up there?
Oh, we're about 1,200 feet, but the little knoll we were on was probably about 1,100 feet. It's the bottom end of my property, right at the lower end, and it's about a quarter of a mile from the top end of the property, which is at about 1,200, 1,250.
Okay, 226 is back. I thought. All right, well, glad you got a good workout. And
November, Gilroy.
73, and we'll catch you next time. KB6BA.
Okay, thank you, Oliver. Great signal as always, and I'm glad you had a little hike today. QRZ the Bay Area, Bozo Net. Check-ins, please. K6MYC.
W86 Juliet Kilowatt November. Kevin and Gilroy. How you doing, Mike?
Oh, hey, Kevin. We were just talking about you. Were your ears burning? I forgot your number, Kevin. W6JKN, K6MYC. Go ahead.
Oh, golly. I think it's 1053, 1053, Mike.
Okay, very good. Where have you been traveling to lately?
Well, let's see. Our great-granddaughter was born the other day in Ogden, Utah, so we're going to be heading out there. We're going to actually fly because it's just too dangerous to go over Donner's Pass or go up through Las Vegas and take the 15. Too much snow and unpredictable situation. So that's one of the things. Soon as our granddaughter gives the green light to come over for a visit, that's exactly what we're going to do. I heard you earlier, but I couldn't transmit because I couldn't figure out how to get the repeater mode turned off. It was every time I transmitted, I was going down negative 600 kcs or something like that. So I finally figured it out. It took me a while because I haven't used the rig.
That's it. But the problem I had this morning, I was trying to get on 40 meters, and I'd been up on 20, and I went to 40, and the damn radio stayed on. Every time I would go to transmit, it would go transmitting back up on 20 meters, and of course I had the 40-meter antenna hooked up, and of course that tripped the VSWR in the amplifier. So I was transmitting on 20 meters and listening on 40, and nobody was coming back to me for some reason. Finally, I got that sorted out, and then as soon as I got that sorted out, Phil up there, WB6GGY, who's already checked in, came back right off the bat. So he was sitting there waiting for me, and I thought I was calling him, but I wasn't. Anyway, we all make those dumb mistakes, don't we?
Oh yeah, more often than we'd like to admit, but it does happen. But it keeps us on our toes.
Yes, it does. Well, congratulations on the new great-granddaughter, and hopefully you'll have a safe flight over the top, over Donner Pass. And where did you say she's living now?
They're in Ogden, Utah, not too far from Hill Air Force Base. Her husband is a welder out there, and my other granddaughter lives there as well with her husband, who works on the B-21 program, so that's kind of a real interesting aircraft. And then my grandson lives there, and I think he's working in the computer field, doing something. I never have quite figured it out because he doesn't talk about it much.
Well, maybe he can't talk about it. One of the real top computer guys are working on stuff that they really can't talk about too much. They just say they're doing atmospheric research. Over.
Yeah, you're probably right. Maybe I should just push them a little bit harder, to find out what's going on. But I have a sense it has to do with gaming software, and they're real close hold on all that stuff.
Oh yeah, that's another one that's pretty touchy, but it's not quite as serious from an international standpoint. Okay, great to hear you, Kevin. Thank you. And you might just say hello to Tom. Tom said whenever you're on, he hears you real well. So just take a break and see if you can say hello, Tom, KW6S in Santa Cruz. Let's see if he's hearing you. Go ahead, Kevin.
Yeah, KW6S. Tom, are you still there? You copy? WA6JKN, Kevin and Gilroy.
Tom, you still there, KW6S?
And KW6S, yeah, not as strong as usual, but I'm hearing you still. Good to hear you on.
Yeah, you're not as strong as you usually are, but I would say you're a little bit better than Q5, that's for sure. Not too shabby there for signal strength. And I'm not really sure where my antennas are pointed. I think they're up towards Mike, but I'm not sure if I got the back of the beam or the front of the beam or what right now, because I have my AS-L, and my AS-L is 180 degrees. So if I'm at 180 degrees, I'm probably level. But if the antenna's pointed west, I should be east. So I think that's how you kind of figure it out. Everything's backwards because the last time this thing was used, it was tracking a satellite.
Did you get that, Tom?
No, I'm just part of a word now and again. It's just really slight tonight. Actually, Lee can probably hear him fine, but I've moved the antenna around. I found the best spot, and it's not good enough.
Well, he's got a tracking system, an ASL tracking system, and he thinks he's upside down, so where he thinks he's pointing east, he's probably pointing west. So I think he's pointing away from you and or away from me or wherever. He's pretty strong over here, so maybe he's just pointing this direction. Anyway, you're running power, and he isn't. You're probably only running 50 or 100 watts there, Kevin.
Yeah, about 100 watts with the 9700. Let me change polarization. Let's see. I just flipped to. Let's see. What is this? This would be left-hand circular. I was on right-hand circular. Did that make any difference? Over.
Any better on left-hand circular, Tom?
Well, maybe a little bit. I heard the over there. I didn't know if that meant for me or for you. But yeah, if 100 watts, I'm probably running at least 10 dB more.
Okay, yeah, that's probably why I copy you almost a solid S9 now that I have the polarization set. I didn't think to do that earlier, but I'm left-hand both on the. Well, let's see. Let me restate that. I don't even remember what switches are what. I think I have left hand on the 2 meter, and I'm not using the 70 centimeter right now, so I can't even consider that as part of the equation.
Yeah, Yeah, well, you're just a little light on power, but you're probably pointed in the wrong direction. You probably ought to, when you're done running a pass, you probably always ought to get your elevation back to 0 instead of 180 over.
Roger, roger. Yeah, I'm going to try that. So if you're going to be in here for a little bit, I'm going to do that, see if it makes a difference.
Okay. Tom, he's going to swing the antenna back into the normal mode and get the elevation back at 0, and then point over at you. So if you can stick around for a couple more minutes, I'll pick up some of the Bay Area boys, and then we'll swing it back over to Kevin there for a check, okay?
Yeah, very good. Yeah, I'm working on the bench here, soldering up a little circuit board, so I've got things to do. I'll keep one ear out and listen for you, or for Kevin, either one. K6NYC, WA6JKN, KW6S.
Okay, he's good to go, Kevin, as you heard. So let me see who else we have now in the Bay Area. I heard some others underneath you there. WA6JKN, Gilroy in the group, K6NYC looking for check-ins in the Bay Area.
WB6JNN.
Bozo 177.
Okay, I hear KE6QR 177. I'll get you in there. Did I hear 285? Was that you, JNN?
Yeah, that was me.
Go ahead, take one.
Yeah, well, it rained a little bit today, but not too terrible. A little bit on the windy side, so no airplane flying. But Sunday anyway, so I was just sort of a stay inside day, and the cats were hibernating. WB6JNN.
Okay. Very good, Jim. Solid copy. A little windy over there. We didn't have any wind here. I mean, we had wind. It was 3, maybe a peak of 5 miles an hour, which wouldn't have bothered you. But most of the time there was essentially no wind as we were walking around on the hilltops and riding around. Even the coldest ride of the day is where we go down the hill in the shadows to get mail. And I was commenting on Judy, it felt like April. It was so nice and warm going down the hill. In the cold, it's usually a place where we really have to bundle up. It's about an eighth of a mile downhill in the shadows going into the wind, and it's always cold. But even that drive was pretty pleasant today. So really, really an unusual day here. And we were outside. I was outside for the most of it, for that matter. Anyway, great to hear you, Jim. Good signal, no problem. You were okay in there. You just timed it wrong. And I heard KE6QR weaker than you, but I got his call and his number and didn't get yours for sure. Anyway, great to hear you. Thanks much, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow on 222, Jim. 222 working okay for you?
Yeah, as far as I know it is. I had a big noise level here earlier, but that's because I had towards Watsonville, and that's where the pole pig is. I get a lot of static off of sometimes, and so I had to swing it back around on you so I could hear you. And that also drops the WB6J in it.
Okay, boy, I've been swinging back and forth on you, Jim. I got all the way down to 257 and it went up to 300. Hardly any difference. The signals are really diffused and confused tonight. Anyway, we got it all okay. 7-3, we'll see you tonight, tomorrow on 222. WB6JNN. Who else do we have? KE6QR, we've got you, but wait just a couple of minutes till I can get the antenna more your way. If you can, Gary, K6NYC, Bozo Net, Bay Area.
W6PQL.
Okay. Now let's see if I can get a peek on you, Jim. I'm way short of you. W6PQL 1296, take one.
Okay, Mike. Well, the back was finally okay. It took about 9 or 10 days, but it finally straightened itself out with the help of a little ibuprofen on the last few days. Doesn't do any good if I take that right away, but if I let it go several days and start taking low doses of it, it eventually does the trick. It's an anti-inflammatory, and that's what's required to make it okay anyway. It's been a couple of days since I've had any issues, so keeping my fingers crossed it'll stay that way for a while. Sometimes I can go months and months and months without it bothering me, and then other times, particularly during the winter, maybe because I'm sitting around too much, you know, I might have a flare-up once every 6 or 8 weeks, something like that. And it's not much fun. Anyway, a lot better today than yesterday. K6MYC, W6PQF.
Yeah. Well, what did you do to strain it, Jim? I missed that.
I don't know. I carried an amplifier into UPS, but it's only about 23 pounds. It's no big deal. It's kind of a cumbersome box. You know, it's not really heavy. It's just cumbersome. And I may have stretched something out of place a little bit doing that, but I can't imagine that was the deal.
Yeah, you wouldn't think so. You should have been up with me lifting these 50 and 100-pound log sections that I was cutting today. I was getting into the big ones. I was having trouble even getting them off the ground. Over.
No, we doubled for about half of that, but I got the general drift of what you were telling me. Over.
Yeah, what I said was, you should have been up here lifting logs with me. I was cutting the last of my big logs here. I had the big boy chainsaw up there with the longer bar, and I was getting through the pieces that were 12 and 15 inches in diameter, and those guys get pretty heavy when they're solid oak. Over.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you can still handle that kind of stuff. I have the strength to do it, but not the leverage. It seems like back problems are more common with tall people like myself. Over.
Oh, I thought you were only 5'6". You're taller than that?
A little bit.
I know. Okay. Yeah, well, I'm squatty, and I kind of use a lot of tricks to get the logs up, roll them up my leg, and do a lot of things until I can get them up near my waist. So I use a minimal amount of back lifting, and when I am using the back, and it's only just very small movements of the back, and when I'm straight, no, not trying to do it in a crooked condition or twisted sideways or something. Anyway, I didn't do a lot of lifting today, but I was moving them around a lot, rolling them and turning them over so I could finish the cuts and stuff. Because they're on the ground, and I don't like to run the chainsaw through them completely because that dulls the blade real fast when you cut into my decomposed granite soil here. Hi. Anyway, hopefully you'll feel better, and it won't take 3 weeks to get over it, or 3 months. We had a bad news picture from Frank at W6BBS. He showed a picture of his knee. I don't know what he did, but he didn't describe the fall or how he got injured, but the knee was horrible looking. The whole knee is black and blue and about half again big as it should be. So he's in major pain and hobbling around. He said, I may be able to get down to see you tomorrow. That means today, or tomorrow he'll be here maybe. I won't be here, so it would be just as well that he stays home tomorrow. But anyway, that remains to be seen. I have an early doctor's appointment at just a quick eye check. No biggie. Nothing serious, just a routine checkup, but I got to go in for that. All right, let's see. Who else do we have in the Bay Area? We're missing still a lot of people. WA6AXX, KLY, WB6WNI. AB6SR hasn't been here for ages. What's going on with Stan? A6MYC listening.
Yeah, Mike, this is Kip. Can I give Tom a call? 1161.
Yeah, two people talking. Stand by. Go ahead, WA6JKN, for a quick contact with KW6S. Go ahead, Kevin.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to do that right now. I got to swing the beam down towards the west. It's going from east through north to west. It's going down. So, Tom, I'm swinging the beam around to see if you're able to copy Kevin Gilroy. So let's see what happens here. I'm almost there. Just passing north, northwest. Still moving. It's kind of slow, but it is moving. Okay, Tom, I should be around west, so you should be able to hear me now. WA6JKN, Kevin and Gilroy, the Gala capital of the world.
WA6JKN, KW6S. Charlie Mike 96, Santa Cruz. Yeah, you're doing real good now. Boy, while you were following the antenna around that last probably 10 seconds really made a big difference.
Okay, Tom, well, thank you very much for that. You're 20 plus over, so you got a big signal here in Gilroy. Well, thank you very much. That was fun. Going through and making all that work. I haven't been on this radio in quite a while, so it's good to reacquaint myself. Thank you, Tom. The very best of 73, and let Mike know that I made the contact successfully. Over.
Thanks, Tom.
Mike, you probably heard him, but we made a good contact, and we're happy and know we can do that now. WA6JKN, KW or K6MYC, KW6S.
Yep, we got it. We heard the whole thing. Congratulations, Kevin. It also always helps to point the antenna in the right direction. But I can hear you fine off the back, so you could leave it that way if you want to make future contacts with Tom and also with Lee over there in Watsonville. I'm sure Lee could have copied. Let me continue with the net here. We're running a little late, so we'll keep going. But good to hear of you. Try it there. Let me go back into the Bay Area with the antenna here and look for more check-ins, please. K6MYC Bozo Net. Who was the other one?
You're coming in pretty good now, KE6QR.
I don't know what the other one, but this is WB6WN91090. I just turned the radio on, Mike.
Okay, 1090. Stand by a second, Gary. Let me pick up the other Gary. KE6QR. Go ahead, Gary, and good to hear you. Thanks for sticking around. KE6QR 177, K6MYC.
Howdy, Mike, in the Bozo Net. This is Kilo Echo 6 Quebec Romeo. It's sounding good here in Vallejo. You were peaked up pretty strong a minute ago, and it kind of went down a little bit. But we're getting rain, and we participated in the Mexican RTTY contest this weekend. Just a little bit of time at it. This activity was slow, but I think we got about 67 contacts, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, have a good net, and like a nice quiet band without all the static and noise. The rain really cleans things up. K6MYC, KE6QR.
How do you, you already got him, 177. How do you speak, how do you say habla español in teletype, over?
Oh, I don't try to do that. We just do it in English.
I'm kidding. It sounds altogether different, that Mexican teletype. It doesn't even sound like regular teletype. Haven't you noticed?
I didn't notice any difference.
Okay. Good enough. Glad you had fun with that. Let me shoot it over to the other Gary there in the San Jose Campbell area. Good evening to you, Gary. K6QR. Over to WB6WNI, K6MYC. Go ahead, Gary.
So thank you, Mike. Nothing like having two Garys in a row. That's amazing. Yeah, I wish I could hear, you can tell him, but I wish I could hear him. I just cannot. It's probably because my beam, actually for his direction, my beam could not be pointed worse. So anyway, it's interesting to get two in a row. But anyway, you're just blasting in again. It was full. I mean, I cannot believe how strong you are, but we just had dinner. Unfortunately, nothing to report. Like, this has been very quiet, sort of dreary weather. So I'll turn it back to you, but nice hearing you on again. K6MYC WB679.
Yeah, thank you, Gary. By the way, the other Gary, KE6QR, is in, if you pronounce it, he was telling me he was having a lot of fun all weekend with the Mexican teletype contest that was on. It was a Mexico contest, and I'm going to tell you how you pronounce where he's located in English, and then I'm going to tell you where he lives in Spanish. He lives in Vallejo. He lives in Vallejo, or Vallejo, over.
Oh, okay. Well, we, being in San Jose, yes, we do pronounce it Vallejo. But I'll tell you what, there's a town much closer to you that I'm very hesitant to pronounce, and I'm going to say Los Banos, but I know that's wrong. So So, yes, Mike, sometimes it's hard to get the pronunciations correct, but very good. Yes, Gary will probably tell you Vallejo was one of the capitals of California before it moved to Sacramento. That was from my California history. Anyway, I doubt he can hear me, and I cannot hear him, but maybe someday. Anyway, Mike, I have nothing more. It's been like I said, a quiet day. We just like to keep it that way. Anyway, 7-3 to you and Judy. I'll let you move along with the net. K6MYC from WB679109073.
Okay, fine, Gary. Thanks very much. And you said Los Banos, fine. It could be Los Banos, with a tila over the end, but most people just say Los Banos, and that works well. There's the other place down there in Southern California is La Jolla, La Jolla. That's one that really could get screwed up, La Jolla. You hear these people on the phone. I'm calling the little phone lady that's voiced from India or something. Says La Jolla, California, calling. La Jolla, California. La Jolla, CA. Holy cow. La Jolla. 7-3, Gary. You could sure destroy California, couldn't you? All right. Anybody else in the Bay Area who lives in a weird place? Let's see. Daly City. You can't screw that one up. How about it, Mike? I don't hear Mike. I don't hear KAF6 QCH, AB6SR, WA6AXX, K6KLY. A whole bunch of guys still missing.
K9 Zulu, Papa Yankee 1161.
1161, okay. I think that's K9 JPY, but I didn't get much of it. I got the 1161. Let's see if I can dig you out. I'll give you a little more antenna here. Go ahead.
Okay, Mike. K9 Zulu, Papa Yankee. Zulu, Papa Yankee. Zulu, Papa Yankee 1161. 1161. Mill Valley.
Yeah, we got you there in Mill Valley, K9ZPY. Thanks very much. Yeah, Mill Valley, you're just in a tough spot here. You go up and down as if you were in Clear Lake, for heaven's sake. You can be really loud, and then you can just be almost whisper weak. But thanks very much for checking in. Anything new up your way this weekend? Do you have a good one?
Lots of rain. Yeah, there's a mountain between you and me. It's a big problem. Over.
Yeah, you went right down in the fade. Say it again. Oh, you're getting a lot of rain. Okay. We didn't get much here. Just a few drops, probably enough to make a measurement of less than 1/10 of an inch. So it wasn't even worth talking about down here. We were very disappointed that we didn't get more. Anyway, I'm glad you got some rain up there. That's meaningful. Thank you much for calling in from Mill Valley there. K6, K9ZPY, K6MYC, 7-3, sir.
73.
Okay, anybody else? K6MYC, Bozo Net. Boy, we aren't getting the regulars to come in very often. Here, let's try this. Is that 30 something?
310.
That should be close enough for Mr. Keeler there. N6RO, K6MYC.
K6MYC, N6RO in Las Oakland. Bozo 835, and dinner was sauteed salmon, broccoli, and other veggies. Temperature range was 59 for a low and 64 for a high. No rain today, but yesterday 0.35, and the day before 0.16. So sort of a little dribble, but that's what we get being in our little orographic hole here. Still trying to restore all my settings on the IC 9700. In fact, I'm looking right now on how to turn on the external frequency standard. So I think I'll have it back to normal in that respect. It's showing about 2200 hertz away right now. I'll get it down to 10. That's about it. We had a contest here. I didn't, but David remoted in the North American Sprint, and he did quite well, but he was sort of frustrated. It didn't do better. I won't get into details. K6MYC and 6RO.
Yeah, you're a little off frequency, Ken, but we're copying you okay. Little high pitch, which means you might be low by maybe 20 or 30 cycles. But copied everything okay, fine on dinner. We had baked chicken with a nice batter around it with little crispies on it and some broccoli, and it was really nice. What's broccoli, right?
Salad.
Huh?
Salad. Salad.
I got the salad, yeah. Was that all? I thought there was three things. No?
No.
Okay. Chicken and salad. Anyway, it was good. We can't complain. And we got that done, and then we sat around rag chewing, and we were a little late to get to the net here. But anyway, good to hear you. You're not as strong as you should be. You may have one of the antennas pointed somewhere else, but you're not pointed this way. You're way down from your normal booming signal here, over.
Ah, interesting. Yeah, I'm off frequency because the thing is just warming up, and I haven't got the frequency standard turned on yet. But I have a knob, so I can turn it. We'll let you run on up to Sacramento in 6RO.
Okay. Good. We'll do that, and we'll see you tomorrow night. We can try you. Well, you should try to check in on 222. Maybe you can get through to somebody like you did last week. At least we know you're there. And if it works for 5 or 10 seconds, so you can get your call to somebody, that's all that matters. We'll take a standby for you, and then of course catch you on 6 later. 7-3 for now, Ken. Told you about the contest. I don't know what happened this morning. I went to try long path on 20 meters. There doesn't seem to be any signals on the band. It might have been just lack of activity. But I called long path for my South African boys and heard nothing, and I didn't see very many spikes on the rest of the band, almost non-existent spikes to the west. So maybe the band was dead because of that corona activity. 7-3 and 6RO. We'll see you tomorrow. For sure, K6MYC.
Yeah, okay, very good. I had a comment on something you said, but of course that was several seconds ago, and my memory doesn't go that far back. I'm off back into the house to watch the rest of the Grammys. As I was a performing entertainer in music for 60 years, I always watched the awards show. K6MYC and 6RO.
Yeah, well, what I commented on was that perhaps the bands were dead on 20 this morning because of the coronal hole.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to comment. I just this is the first radio I've turned on today. I stayed up very late last night and slept in. But I'm getting 9 to 10 hours sleep, which evidently I need these days.
Well, you're trying to get over that, whatever it is, gunk. So, all right, well, we'll catch you tomorrow night, and hopefully it'll be better. And you'll have gotten another full night's sleep. N6 Radio Oscar, K6MYC, going up to Sacramento. Here we go.
Yeah, I've got to shake the feed line to the 222. Maybe it'll work.
Yeah, cross your fingers and shake it.
Yep.
756. 756. Good evening, Darren. You're sounding really strong here. KJ6 KFB. Go ahead.
Got a lot of band up and down on you tonight, but hey, it's working. Kilo Julius 6, Kilo Foxtrot Bravo 756. And I know there's plenty of others waiting in the wings.
Yeah, the band is up and down. It must be the warm weather. It's half warm and half cold or something. I guess it got a lot warmer down here than it did up your way. I guess Ken didn't even get into the 70s in Oakley, and I don't know where you got, but it's raining. I guess you had some rain. We didn't get enough rain to make it change the temperature here at all. Anyway, thanks for checking in. Back to you for a final, and then we'll see if Bill is there. Didn't hear Bill this morning. Maybe he'll be in there tonight. KJ6KFB in the group, K6MYC.
Where it is 63 in my shack, which is in the garage, which means it got warm today. Well, not 70, but it got warm. KJ6, KFB, carry on.
Thank you. I don't think it's 63 in here, but...
That was Darren?
Yeah, that was Darren. Okay, 756. Yeah. Okay, good enough, Darren. Let me go over and see if I can hear Bill. KO6KD, are you there, Bill? K6MYC.
Oh, yeah, I'm here. Yes, I was late getting out of bed this morning. It was cold in the house, and one thing and another. So, anyway, my apologies for not being around. But this is KO6KD, number 776, checking in, and we've had, I don't know, it's hard to say. It's about an inch of rain, and we got up to about 60 degrees today. It's down to 57 now, but they are saying that the cold weather's coming in, the snow level's going to drop, and we're going to start really getting quite a bit of rain over the next 24 hours. Back to you, Mike, and hello, Judy.
Okay, great signal, Bill. Good signal. Fine on your rain. We didn't get anything that's measurable, probably 0.05, 0.5 of an inch, or 0.5, 50 thousandths of an inch of rain, maybe, if we're lucky. It was what we would call unmeasurable.
50 thousandths of an inch?
Yeah, 50 thousandths. That's half a tenth. Not enough to talk about. So it was a disappointing rain shower for us, Bill. But no problem on this morning. We didn't stay on too long, but Phil and I did exchange a few funnies, a little bit of politics, and a little bit of just what we were both dreaming about. Hey, I had one of those horrible dreams. I was tangled up in the covers, and the covers were real thick, about a foot of covers over the top of me in the bed, and I kept taking them apart and get rid of blankets and sheets, and then there'd be others that were tucked down in, and it just went on, and then I went to take a shower, and the shower head was right on the foot of the bed, and it made the bed all wet. How's that for a nightmare? So that's what we shared. Phil shared his stories of his nightmare of driving a truck with a long trailer and a big, huge bunch of stuff on the back of the trailer. He was down on Market Street in San Francisco, and all the streets were blocked off because of repairs over.
Oh, man, weird dreams. You know, if you were to woke up and the foot of your bed was wet, then you would have said, well, that was one of your kitty cats that had peed down there, and that's why your mind thought that it was a shower. But when I'm much younger, when I was working at the pizza parlor, if I would get sick with the flu or whatever, and my temperature would rise up, I would have this perpetual dream of constantly pulling burning pizzas out of the oven. I was always, it just on and on and on. Every time I turn around, I pull more burning pizzas out of the oven. I don't understand how the mind works, but when you're not feeling well, it gets really screwball. But that was not the case with you. And if I get any dream at all with the limited amount of sleep I get, whether it's a good dream or bad, I'm grateful for it. Over.
Well, I guess you should be. No dreams at all. You're liable to be. The reason you might be, you're pushing grass up underneath the sod or something. You don't want to be there. All right, good, Bill. We'll catch you maybe in the morning. I may get out there in time. I had to really struggle to get out of bed this morning, and it was just, I do have to get up early. I won't be there, as a matter of fact. I got to be on the road at 9 o'clock or a little bit before to get to the doctor's appointment, so I'll be gone. Won't be there tomorrow. That reminds me. Judy reminded me. So look for us tomorrow night on 222 and 6 meters, Bill. KO6KD for your final, and then up to John, K6MYC.
Okay, very good. Well, I'll try to remind Phil of that tomorrow. I do hope to be there in the morning, so he and I will have some kids table discussion, as I say, and we'll chat about the time of day, and I'll let him know that you're going to the doctor, so we'll look for you tomorrow night. 731 and all. Sleep well, KO6KD.
KO6KD, WB6GGY. Copy, Bill.
Yeah, hey, Phil, I hear you fine. Well, a little weak, but quality five, over.
Okay, talk to you in the morning. We'll talk to you in the morning. Had to try it. Thank you, Mike, for standing by. WB6GGY, back over to K6MYC.
See you in the morning. 7-3, KO6KD.
Roger.
Okay, good connection there, Vine. No problem copying. Let's see if John is hearing any of that. How about it, John? KR6MR, K6MYC in the Bozo Net.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. Very good signal tonight. K6MYC in the group. KR6MR, Bozo 759. Good evening there, Mike.
Yeah, doing good, John. A little warbly. The band is a little unstable. Everybody's kind of bouncing around audio-wise. It's hard to even put a handle on how it is. It's just distorting the audio because of level. But everybody's readable and quite strong tonight. So good to hear you. And hopefully you had a decent weekend up there with, I imagine you got a lot of rain up there in Meadow Vista, didn't you?
Let's see. Friday was 0.6 or 0.6 of an inch. Saturday was just over 2 inches, and I've had another inch today.
3.6 inches. Boy, that's more than twice, almost more than twice, half as much as we've gotten the whole year over.
Yeah, right now I'm trying to figure out how to use the digital mode to do, JT65 on 2 meters.
Well, it's easy. I've used JT65 for years. You want to use JT65B for Bravo on 2 meters. And if you're going to tie it into trying to work other people, maybe on the Moonrise or something, you probably want to look at N0 Uniform Kilo, N0 UK chat room. And there's 4 chat rooms, but you want to be on the one, I think it's... I don't know which one it is, but you'll see it. It's the one that has most of the 2 meter chats on it, and most of the guys are calling out frequencies of 144, whatever. So you'll find that, but that keeps track of where people are if you're looking for moon bounce stations and stuff over.
Oh, no, not moon bounce. This is point to point, ground to ground. WA6LOL is pretty active right now. We're wide open to the Europe on 2 meters, and on and off, it's all over the world.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. And if you get on JT65, you can at least decode him. It's easy. Just follow, get on and download the program. N0 W6 K1JT. Go to K1JT website and then download the JT65 current model. There's 2 or 3 different versions of it. LOL could probably point you to the right one. Over.
Yeah, they also have that on WSJT on the what people call the FTA software. That will also do JT65 MSK and Q65 and a few other things.
Okay, you're going into a very big deep fade, but I got it. Anyway, you got the handle on it. Pretty much the same setup for WSJT as FT8 and JT65. The setup's the same in terms of the radio hookups and stuff. Good luck with that. I'm going to take a standby and see if I can hear Reading and hear what's the heading here. Okay, it's perfect for Reading. So here we go. Reading, Charlie, November 80, KD6 Sugar Whiskey, and KO6HS, K6MYC, and the Bozo Net calling and standing by. Go ahead, Rich.
AJ6QL.
Not too good, but this is KG6 shortwave, Reading, number 145, over.
Okay, we got your 145, and I hear you, George, AJ6 Queen Lima. I think you're 1031, right, George?
Yeah, 1031, but I won't hold you up because I think you have to leave early tomorrow, right?
Well, I'm not worried about that, but I do have other people on frequency. We've got Reading coming in here. But you can stick around. We'll pick you up in a minute for a longer chat. If you have anything, George, just hang in there. AJ6 Queen Lima, K6MYC, and KD6SW, we have you, Rich. Not booming, but readable. Let's see if I can get Jerry in here. KO6HS, Kilo Oscar 6 Hotel Sierra, K6MYC. Over, Jerry. Yeah, Roger, got your 230, and very, very weak, about the same signal strength as Rich in here, but maybe it'll come roaring in like it usually does here. Hi. Anyway, great to hear you. Thanks so much for always being there from Charlie November 80. Jerry, you and Rich holding up your end of the bargain in great shape there. I guess you had pretty good rain up there. You've been getting in a lot of rain, over?
Yes, lots of rain, raining all day long, more than 3 inches, so we were very, very wet, over.
Yeah, Roger, more than 3 inches, yeah, I can believe it. We have got none here, none measurable, about less than 1/10 of 1 inch. So it's just not getting down to us here, but maybe it will later in the week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is supposed to be pretty wet here. 7-3, Jerry, 7-3, and again, thanks you very much for checking in, and I'll shoot it back up to Rich for his final there.
Where is he?
Reading. KD6SW with KO6HS, K6MYC. Go ahead, Rich.
Okay, signals are starting to come back up again. Yeah, we had a lot of rain on Saturday, a lot of rain, and rain pretty much all day today also, but I guess, I don't know, maybe we'll have some more coming in there. 7-3, Mike, KD6 shortwave, Reading.
Yeah, Reading, rainy wedding, rainy wedding, Reading. I can't even say it. Okay, well, as I said, we didn't get much here. We're hoping for more on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 7-3, Rich, and good to hear you. And we'll be surprised, but we'll take a look for you on 6 meters. I guess you got the 6 meters working again there, because we worked you last week with pretty good signals on CW. KD6SW for a confirmation, K6MYC.
Okay, well, it's certainly worth a try. You know, we can give it a shot and see what happens there, Mike.
Wow, I didn't get that, but we'll look for you anyway. I think you're okay on 6 meters. It's way down at the moment again. Boy, it just doesn't want to come up. 7-3, Jerry, and 7-3, Rich. Catch you guys either tomorrow or Wednesday. KO6HS and KD6 Sugar Whiskey, K6MYC clear, and going back for AJ6 Queen Lima. George?
Yep, AJ6 here. Yeah, good to hear you, Mike. I don't have much to say. Just has rained a lot here, probably just like in your area, and yeah, signals are not very strong tonight. You're just about 5 and 4 here, but it's probably just conditions.
Yeah, I'm probably a little past you in the heading here. Anyway, good enough, George, and I'm glad you guys are getting the rain up there. We're waiting for ours here. We're really, really dry. So far, my rain gauge has not made it to 5 inches since May of last year. Over.
Yep. Yeah, it's been similar here. So and then the fire danger rises and the usual. So that was good that it comes. Yeah, and I hope everything goes well tomorrow at your doctor's appointment. That everything's all right. Back to you.
Okay. Thank you, George. Good to have you check in. Thanks so much, and we'll catch you on Wednesday, perhaps. KJ6 Queen Lima, K6MYC. Anybody else in the Sacramento area, points in between or north, but beyond and wherever, over?
Matt Bozo 410, Kilowatt Whiskey 6 Tango in Latrobe.
Well, hi, Russ, KW6T Latrobe, K6MYC. You're sounding good. How are you?
I'm doing just fine, Mike, and just been playing AM, and 40 meters tonight's really rolling. There's stations on there from New Jersey, Alabama, Arizona, Colorado, just flying tonight. A lot of QSB, but still flying. Having a lot of fun with that. So anyway, that's about all that's going on. Thought I'd just check into the Bozo Net and maybe go grab a beer.
There you go. Okay, fine on 40. 40's been very quiet the last few days. I did get on Saturday and had a nice contact with my old friend ZS6 CCY in Africa. And we exchanged S9 plus 30 report, so you can see the band was really good. And then Sunday it was just about as good. Not Saturday. Friday, that was Friday night. Saturday night I did not work him, but I listened, and he was about 20-25 over. So not quite as good Saturday, but very quiet. And on Saturday I did work ZS2 Delta Alpha in Cape Town with good signals. He was 5 and 9 and gave me 9 plus 10. So we had good conditions both days. There were several other little tiny ZS's in there that I could not hear. The ZS guys have been really curtailed for some reason, probably monetarily. They don't have space, or they don't have good places to put antennas up. They never get antennas very high. It's very unusual for you to hear somebody with an antenna that's 60 or 70 feet high. Most of them are 5 and 10 and 15 feet high, and it's a wonder we hear them at all. But we can hear pretty much everybody if they've got anything getting out. But there was 2 or 3 I could not read in the pile on Saturday. Anyway, the band was in good shape, so I can imagine you're having fun on AM and working lots of good stateside signals.
Oh, yeah. Very rarely do I get out of the U.S. It has happened. I've made contacts pretty much several different countries, but it's been a number of years since I've really tried for that kind of DX. But anyway, yeah, anything stateside, I'm having fun with that. Of course, Japan's pretty easy to hit sometimes really early in the morning. But with that, anyway, Mike, I'll send it back to you, and go ahead and have a good evening. And hi to Judy, she's there. So anyway, I'm going to say 73. KW6T, I'm clear.
Okay.
Hi, Russ. It's Judy.
Judy's here. Yeah, well, you don't live on the hilltop I live on, and you don't have 90-foot towers with 2 and 3 element Yagis for 40 meters on them either. That's why I can do that stuff. Earlier in the day, on Friday, there was a guy in Florida. I didn't know where he was. It was a K0RK was calling CQ. Called CQ for about 15 minutes. Never got a soul. And finally, a little tiny signal came back, and it was a guy in Russia, UA1FLH or something. And he couldn't copy him, and I finally had to give him the final call sign. He could never get the guy's call sign. But I could copy the Russian, so it shows you I can hold my own with about anybody in the U.S. over Russ.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you've definitely got the antennas. Yeah, I've got a little dipole. Basically, it at its high point is about maybe 25 feet off the ground, and that's as it goes out toward the trees. But yeah, I am kind of up on a hill, and I think that's why we're getting such good signal down to your location there. So, and of course, it's also kind of guided by the mountains, because I'm kind of shooting right down through that, right alongside the mountains there. So I think that helps as well. But yeah, for HF, I've just got cloud burning dipoles, and that's good enough. I have fun with that, and yeah, I'll never have a tower like that because my CCNRs would never approve it. They don't even know about my dipole. Anyway, all right, Mike, hey, 73. Have a great evening. KW6T.
Okay, Russ, thanks, and have fun on 40. 73. I'm usually down around 7140 to 7150 in that area, so you get down that way when I say hello sometime. 73. KW6T, K6MYC, clear. Anybody else before we go to Nevada? Nothing heard. Here we go to Nevada then. Here we are up toward Nevada, and we should have Rich in here. Richard, KD6BQ, are you there, Richard? I didn't hear any mention of Richard. I did not hear his CW either. How about N7 Whiskey Tango? How about KE7UQL? Oh, maybe I didn't turn the antenna right. Nevada, Nevada. KE7UQL. What?
1.4.
Yeah, that's north. Yeah, that's north that way toward Nevada.
Is that where Nevada?
Yeah, it's right up there. Well, it's over there too. It's all that whole stretch. Yeah. Judy's trying to tell me where Nevada is. Depends on where you want to go in Nevada. I know some red light districts that are in different directions, and so I. Let's see, KD6BQ, N7 Whiskey Tango, or KE7UQL, or K7SUN. Anybody? There must be something going wrong in Nevada. Maybe it had an earthquake or a snowfall. I take it, Ken, if you're here, or Rob, are you guys hearing anything out of that area?
I'm not hearing anything, Mike, from Nevada, KM6SR.
Yeah, Nevada's gone silent on us here. That's unusual not to have somebody up there.
I know one of them, let me look back at my log, he said he's going to be gone, but I think he won't be leaving for a couple weeks, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's Richard. He's going away for about 3 months. My God, he won't, he's making a long trip on a tour boat, but he's got another week or two before he leaves on that, I think. But Larry hasn't been very active here at all, and he can get on, but I guess he's troubled with noise. And I don't know where Daniel is. Daniel has 2 meters and 432 that are functional, and normally he's in here, but he was sick last week, quite sick, and maybe he's just not recovering. Most of the little guys that are getting sick these days had kind of come back for a couple of days, and then they just really aren't feeling well, and I'll bet you anything that that's what his problem is. He's probably sitting by a fire and trying to stay warm and get over his whatever it is. One last call for Nevada. Anywhere from Fallon, K7SUN, KE7UQL, Gardnerville, no, not Gardnerville, Carson City, Gardnerville, N7 Whiskey Tango, or Wassaw Valley, KD6BQ, K6MYC, calling and listening. Oh, Silencio. Well, I guess we could go back to the Bay Area for late checks and missed. We usually get one or more that way, don't we, Rob?
Yeah, sometimes. Course Cold's doing pretty good.
Yeah, I think Course Cold won today. Okay, I'm rotating back toward the Bay Area, but calling QRZ Bozo Net. Anybody hear me anywhere? Check in now. Go ahead. Bozo Net, K6MYC, taking check-ins.
Kilo Tango 2 Golf, 863. Good evening, Mike.
Oh, hi, 863. I knew I'd get somebody in the Bay Area. Good to hear you, Mark. KT2G, K6MYC, and wonderful to hear you. I guess you're back in the States, obviously, and back for a little while anyway. And we'll certainly look for you, probably not tomorrow night unless you want to do 6 meters, but we'll look for you on Tuesday on your booming signal from 1296. Hi, hi. How was your weather today? You got a little rain? I guess you guys are getting a little rain in the Bay Area, but temperatures were very nice here. We got up into the 70s. It was just a real beautiful, quote, spring day and first day of February. Over.
Yeah, no, little drizzle here, but not too much. Not too much. Was hoping for a little more, but hey, you cannot have it all. Hey, Mike, I was listening when you were pointed north and you were talking about JT65. Do you think I have any hope on 2 meters over?
Well, not with the antenna you have. Is that the 2M7?
Roger.
Yeah, no, you probably won't hear anybody on JT65 off the moon. You might, if you have some ground gain, if you've got some level ground right out in front of the antenna in the direction of moonrise, you might hear some signals. It's worth trying. And again, using N0 UK, you can tell where the stations are that will be calling CQ. And on moonrise, you're typically looking for European stations or stateside stations that would be calling Europeans. But the Europeans, when the moon is high in terms of declination, come in nicely on moonrise. If you've got a clear shot in their direction, you've got a chance of hearing them. You may not be able to get back with your 100 watts, but you could hear them. Over.
Got it. So JT65 would be mostly moon bound, right?
JT65B is what you'd want to use on 2 meters. There's another mode, and I'm not sure what it's called, JT65M or something. I don't know what it is. Maybe you can get on the chat room, the N0 UK chat room, on the 2 meter chat room, and ask them what the other mode is. It was a mode that was developed just as I was not getting very active. And some of the guys are still using JT65B, and some of them are using JT65, whatever it is. And I don't know if they're compatible. I don't know if you're in one mode, you could decode the other one. They both function the same, but apparently there was some minor improvement using the newer mode. But all my contacts, all 136 countries that I've worked for pretty much in the last 60 or 70 countries are all done on JT65B for Bravo. On 6 meters, you use 65A and JT65B on 432 and 2 meters. So there you go. But it's worth trying, and it's easy to download. You go to K1JT website and follow your nose. I think you'll be able to download the program if you don't have it already. Over.
I have the software that I use for FT8, but other than that, I never tried JT65. There's a button there, JT65. I probably need to read how to do the Alpha or the Bravo version. But so you're saying that FT8 and FT4 is there's nothing going on 2 meters, right? Over.
Well, I don't think so. I can't swear to that. You'd have to listen or get on the chat room and see where people are what mode they're using. 6 meters is very big for FT8, but 2 meters, I think they just go ahead and do JT65s and don't worry about the FT8 part of it. It does about the same thing. I think people like JT65B and that mode a little bit better. It's a little bit more friendly, a little bit more flexible, et cetera, and gives you a little bit more to do as a ham operator. You can squeeze and peek and tweak a little bit better. And after you actually tune your receiver back and forth and plunk on stations that you want to listen to and so on. But you've got a waterfall and et cetera, et cetera. So I wish I could give you more detail, but I think it's just one of those things you have to get. I think it's in the menu up on the top of the screen when you're in FT8, or one of the menus in that whole program, and it lets you select JT65M for meteors, JT65A, JT65B. There's a teletype mode. There's a bunch of other modes. So I think you'll figure it out.
Okay, Roger. I'll take a look at it. What was the name of the chat again?
November 0 Uniform Kilo. It's United Kingdom is what it means. UK stands for United Kingdom. It was a guy from England that created that website, so he used N0 Uniform Kilo. And just, you can Google that and it'll come right up too, and then you just have to pick the chat room you want to use. Over.
Got it. Okay, something to play with. That's, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. If I can do it, you should be able to stumble through it easily. I learned it a long time ago, but I'm not a computer expert by any means, but I stumbled through it and got it to work, so I'm sure almost anybody can. It's pretty straightforward. Good luck with that, Mark, and we'll look for you probably not tomorrow, but certainly on Tuesday if you're going to be home. KT2G, 863, I think, K6MYC. Good evening.
Yeah, Roger, 863. Good hearing you, Mike. Good to hear you. 73.
Same here, Mark. Anybody else in the Bay Area before we pull the cork on this net? K6MYC, Bozo.
Hey, Mike. Yes, it's WB6WNI1090, and I have a question if nobody else is around.
Go ahead.
So, Mike, every time we get on either 430 or 2 meters or 70 centimeters, I listen for Frank's beacon, and I have not heard it in weeks. So maybe conditions are bad or they're not running, but I just tried again because I said, oh, if they got the beams pointed at you, I might as well listen for the beacon, but I've had no luck. So I'm just curious if you know if they're up and running.
I think it's not running right now. Frank's had some physical problems. He's been sick, and he's been moving things, changing the configuration of the towers that things are mounted on. So I suspect that the beacons are not on. I honestly haven't listened for them myself because they're so close. There's no point for me to listen other than to tell other people that they're there. Rob could probably spin up. Rob, have you checked Frank's beacons lately?
No, not lately. Last time I heard they were off.
Last time you checked, they were off?
Yeah, last time I heard they were off, so I never bothered checking. Over.
Yeah, okay. I don't think they're functional right now. Maybe over the next week or so they should be back on. No, Gary, over.
Oh, very good. I'm happy to tell you I've heard Mark and I heard Rob and I'm hearing you. So great conditions tonight. Anyway, thanks for the research, and we'll just, if they come back up, just let us know during one of the nets. Thanks again, Mike. K6MYC WB6WNI73.
Okay, good enough, Gary. 73. I wish you guys keep your ears up for AB6SR. I wonder if he's been sick or something. It's very unusual that he doesn't check in at least once a week here. So keep an ear out for Stan over there in Los Gatos. Let's see, Rob, you want to go to Porterville?
Yeah, sure. I'll turn down there. We've also got, was it Ian down in Visalia?
Yeah, Ian might be in as well. Go ahead and go down that way, and I'll stay toward the Bay Area. Maybe we get one more out of the Bay Area before it's all over. Go ahead.
Okay, heading that way, KM6SR. E6BK, Eddie, on tonight for the 2-meter Bozo Net. This is KM6SRR in the group. KE6BK, Eddie. How about long shot, KB6RQU? Rick, did you finally come out to the shack there? Old Bozo 61, over.
Is Aaron in here tonight?
Yeah, he was in the beginning. He was talking to Dane and got kind of stepped on, so he's probably just listening.
Well, I didn't check him in, so I'll get Judy to check, and Dave, Aaron and Brittany.
Roger. I had a question for you. Jevin 916, was he on tonight or not?
Jevin was in, but I don't think that's his number.
Yeah, 916, I think that's his number.
Okay, it's WA6JKN. Judy, could you check that, what the number is, WA6JKN?
That's Kevin, 1053. No, I'm talking about Javon over in Watsonville or someplace.
No, yeah. Javon was not on.
Okay. KE6BK, Eddie, you on tonight for the 2-meter Bozo Net? KM6SR, standing by.
He might also call W6LAD.
How about W6LAD? Are you on tonight, Kevin? Ian, for the 2-meter Bozo Net, over?
We got 40.
That's exactly what I got, so I guess I've been following okay.
We're good to go. Okay, 7-3, if Baron or anybody else is listening in the background, 73s, guys, we're going to head out of here and go and sit by the fire for a few minutes and wind down for the weekend and get ready for a early rise for a doctor's appointment tomorrow. 7-3 all, K6MYC with Judy in the background.
Good night, Mike. K6MYC, I'm Judy. KM6SR, 73.
And good night, Rob.